Hello everyone, I'm Sarah Ellsworth Hoffman. Welcome to this week's episode of a brand new show here called The Goldie Show. Our host Goldie firmly believes that everyday people are worth more than gold. Today's guest is Lori Hunt, a representative of the Fort Wayne Sexual Assault Treatment Center. She is a graduate of Purdue University and began searching for a job that involved helping people. Now she is working to promote sexual assault awareness. Additionally, she worked in trauma prevention at Parkview, where she created the Don't Text and Drive campaign. Now let's join Goldie and her guest, Lori Hunt.
Hi, welcome to Goldie Show. I'm here at the Fort Wayne Sexual Assault Treatment Center, and we have Lori Hunt today with me. How are you today, Lori?
I'm doing well, Goldie.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I know it's going to be a little bit very sensitive, very difficult and emotional, but I bet you it'll be okay. And could you please give me a little bit about your background, what you used to do and what really made you come and join the center?
Okay. Well, after I graduated from college at Purdue, I was just looking for a job, didn't have a lot of criteria at this time, but I was really attracted to any job that I felt like I was impacting somebody and helping somebody. That just seemed to be what made me happy. So I got involved in mission work, and I did mission work for 7 years right out of school and absolutely loved it, and thought might do that the rest of my life. But due to getting married and some other factors in my life, it wasn't possible to continue that. So after I was doing mission work overseas, I was in Africa, I came back to the United States, moved back to my hometown of Indiana, and was looking for a job, got a job in the marketing department at the big hospital Parkview in town. So pretty excited about that. But once I got into that, I gravitated towards things that would help people. And so it was very fortunate that I got involved as their trauma prevention person. So everything I got to do had some type of, outcome that would help people.
Now, when you say help people, and you did mission work, what kind of a mission work were you doing?
I was basically going around, going to foreign countries, showing them the Jesus film, which was, in their language. First time most of the people had even seen a film. It was pretty exciting, and just telling them about the life of Christ. So I was just really, really excited about that opportunity at that time in my life. It was very fulfilling.
But what a change, a mission work, then you got into marketing,
right,
advertising, and now you are here with the Fort Wayne Sexual Assault. What actually really made you feel or pull you towards this kind of a job?
Well, when I was at Parkview, I was very involved in the Don't Text and Drive campaign. Basically came up with that idea and got to see that through 4 years there. And basically we were taking a message that nobody had heard of at the time. When I Googled Don't Text and Drive, nothing came up, if you can imagine, because everybody's talking about it now. So I got to be on the forefront of seeing a program from the very beginning just flourish and become, everybody's heard about it. So I felt like when I was looking for a new job, I felt like at Parkview I'd kind of done my thing. There was really no place to go. I was just looking for another opportunity. So as I was evaluating, I got a couple other job offers, but I just knew it wasn't in my heart. It was more marketing and sales, and I just thought, no, I need something that has a mission. So I'd heard about this job, knew it was coming on the horizon, but it was a few months down the way. So I just waited for it. And the minute I heard about it, I knew it was exactly what I was looking for, because I believe sexual assault and the whole issue is at the forefront now. Although it's been around for years and years and years, people are finally talking about it. The media has done so many good stories on it lately. They're building the awareness. I thought, I'm coming at the perfect time, because my skills are being able to promote something, making people aware of something that maybe they haven't been aware of. And I just thought, I can use my talents to the nth degree to help people. in a desperate situation.
Now, you probably, like when you say sexual assault and all, did you have any knowledge of what exactly you were getting into?
No. I really didn't. I had my very limited knowledge of what I thought sexual assault was, and my eyes had been opened since I got here. I really just, maybe like a lot of people that are watching this, just thought sexual assault is rape. It's like when you're in a situation and back in an alley and someone hits you over the head and rapes you. To me, that was sexual assault. And I find now there are so many other, I think many people, like college students, are sexually assaulted and don't even realize they are. They have been taken advantage of when maybe they drank too much, and they think that it's normal and that, oh, I probably did this. I should have not put myself in this situation. But anytime anybody is violated and they are not in agreement and they do not want to move forward, it's sexual assault.
So there are different kinds of sexual assault.
Yes.
It's not only, like you said, hitting on the head. There can be from alcohol to be drugged to be any kind.
Right.
And when you got into it and understood what sexual assault is, and there are different kinds, ways, and means of getting assaulted, what are the ranges or the difference in, ages in society or culture?
That's what broke my heart. The only office space they had for me was right in the middle of our center, and it's right by all the exam rooms. And I just saw the people coming and going, and when I saw that 52% of our population is children, it just broke my heart. I thought this was more of an adult, problem, but to see that many kids are being sexually assaulted, it's heartbreaking. And then to hear that our youngest patient was 37 days old.
37 days old.
37 days old. I mean, that's just, you can't even wrap your brain around that. Like, that's just so sick.
So what is the oldest?
94.
A 94-year-old woman?
Yeah, a 94-year-old woman.
That's pretty old.
Yes, but it happens a lot. It's called elder abuse, and people take advantage of anybody that's vulnerable. Another large percentage of people that we have are handicapped people, because they're not going to talk. They're vulnerable. And these are just things that my eyes were open. I had no idea.
So who really inspired you to get in this kind of a work and, get involved and feel that was your calling, like you say?
Yes.
You had a purpose.
Yes.
So who really inspired you? What was your inspiration?
Well, basically, it was my mother. And my mother died 21 years ago, way too young. But she was just an incredible person, and she had this way about her that's all she did in life, was do good things for people and to reach out to people and help people. And my mother was actually raped when she was 16 years old. And
Wow.
Downtown Fort Wayne, she never told anybody, like most people don't, and kind of lived with that pain. And my mom just took all this on, and I remember when she died, I just always said, I want to do whatever I can to bring my mom's spirit alive every day, because I can't have her, but I am her. She has taught me who I am, and I'm going to just shine for my mother. And so all my life, I've tried to find that outlet. So when I heard about the fact I could work for somebody that, victims of sexual assault, I thought it was a perfect fit. It would honor my mother and something I could do to, get her legacy and to help the situation she was in and help other people that are there.
So you're doing this to make not only our society aware of what is going on, but schools,
Yes.
even men.
Right.
It's not only women.
No.
Men do get assault and,
Yes. Yes.
abused, and they cannot speak because men are like, I'm a man.
Right.
So it's all different kinds.
It's all different kinds, and wasn't really aware of how many men are, abused. A lot of them maybe when they're younger, and one thing that really hit me when I heard that a person that has been abused at a young age, when they've been tested like 20 years later, their brain waves are actually different. I mean, this isn't something you just overcome and say, well, yeah, I overcame that. But somebody that's been severely abused carries that with them the rest of their life. And
people that are got sexually assault and, you say they don't overcome, do they carry that grudge and sometimes act out? Have you seen that? I
believe so, yes, definitely. Well, a big statistic is they become abusers themselves. And you would think, no, that happened to me, I'd never do that, but it's very prevalent. A lot of the people that are the big perpetrators and child abusers were abused themselves.
How do you deal, with yourself? How do you deal emotionally with this?
Well, that's a really good question. When I first came here, I didn't think it was going to bother me that much because I came from Parkview's Trauma Center. I used to fly on the helicopter, go to accidents, see what's happening firsthand. I thought, been in surgeries. I'm like, this is nothing. So I came here and boy, the first week I went home just stressed out and a pit in my stomach. And I just thought, I don't think I made a good decision. I don't know if I can do this. Because it was a whole other kind of hurt that people were going through, a whole emotional
totally different world.
Yeah, and so, victimize these people. So I really struggle with it until I thought, wait a minute, what am I good at? I'm good at promoting. I'm good at telling the story. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go and help. I'm going to promote what they're doing and their story and hopefully get more people to report and get more people in here on their road to healing. And we serve as a first call, what to do, and telling people what directions they can go in. So give them their options. And I just thought, I can 100% be behind something like that. And I want people to know we're here. I don't believe that the center we have one of the best centers in the nation. And I'm not just saying that.
Wonderful.
We write protocol for people. We're on the national speaking. They call us for advice. We train people, and nobody knows that. That's a story that hasn't been told.
I hope you're enjoying today's interview with Lori Hunt. In case you just tuned in, I'm Sarah Ellsworth Hoffman, and you're watching The Goldie Show. The Goldie Show is a half-hour treat with our host, Goldie, interviewing people from different walks of life who are making a positive difference in our community. You can see The Goldie Show every Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. You can connect with The Goldie Show by checking us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on our website, goldieshow.com. Now let's go back to Goldie and Lori Hunt as she explains why this campaign is so important to her.
We have nurses that have all been here from the start, not all of them, but our core nursings, and they know this subject inside and out.
I see you're getting very emotional, and you have that passion I can see.
Yes.
And I understand because, I've been a victim myself. There might be a lot of people out there that are either getting raped or not reporting. Do you have a rough idea of what?
Yes, the national statistics at this time say that out of 10 people that have been assaulted, only 4 of those people are reporting.
Wow.
So that's a large amount of people that you wonder if they're, they don't have to report, but necessarily to get healed, but they need to tell somebody, they need to get on that healing road. And I believe that, we can be a very great resource for that. And we can get them the resources they need. If we can't help them ourselves, we can put them in the.
So they don't have to be ashamed.
Not at
just
all.
because you're reporting or coming and asking for help.
I think so many people think that they somehow contributed to this. That they drank too much, they weren't dressed correctly, they were flirting, whatever it was. Well, I don't believe that at all. I believe. The issue is that people are taking advantage of others and without their consent, you know? Mm-hmm. No means no.
No means no. I agree with you, but some people don't understand the way you know. I understand. Now, with all this, what would be your message? I know society and all, but how can the government get involved, schools get involved, women of different, caliber, people in high profile, how can they get involved to help your vision, mission?
Well, I believe, first of all, they need to be aware, because I use myself as an example. I should have been more aware. Why didn't I know all this before I came here? Why did I think sexual assault happened in the back alley, somebody clubbing you over the head? I want people to be aware of what sexual assault is, so that they can take a stand and stand up for themselves and say, you know what, no, I am not going to participate in this. And then I would like other people, the bystanders, to help out. There's a big push right now for men to stand up to other men and say, no, this is not acceptable. When you see a fraternity brother taking the drunk girl up the room that hasn't been talking to her all night, and I'm going to... Another guy gets up and says, no.
Or just stand and watch it.
Stand and watch,
it's funny. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's not kind of, I did this. It's kind of an accomplishment. It's
No.
not.
We have to change our culture. We have to have a culture change for this problem to make any impact at all. I mean, I think we really, really have a lot of work to do.
So your message basically is we have to educate
Yes.
our society, make them understand what exactly is sexual assault.
Right. Exactly.
And we don't have done that enough.
No. And make it acceptable to talk about. It
That's more
shouldn't
important.
be. It shouldn't be something that we shy away from.
Wow.
But boy, I mean, you should see even the faces when I tell everybody, I got my dream job. I'm going to be the marketing director at the Sexual Assault Treatment Center. They're like, why? Why is that your dream job? And people don't like to talk about it. And I saw that on our Facebook page. I do social media a lot. I do several different organizations' Facebook page. And when I first started trying to get fans to even friend us, there's a barrier that I've not seen in any other arena. But there's a barrier. They don't even want to associate themselves with, being our friend on Facebook.
Are they afraid, or?
I think there's a stigma with sexual assault that people are just not comfortable with yet. I believe that's going to change. I really do.
So you are going to make that impact.
I am going to try in my little corner of the world. I'm going to make that impact, because I believe it's happening already in the nation. All the media is starting to talk about it, and I think that's going to be very helpful.
So it takes one woman to change.
Yeah.
If you can change one
Yeah.
person, you have changed thousands.
That's right.
So, yes, you can do a lot of things.
Yes.
And like I said, we can have our, local governments and governments
Yes.
from other states can also, start this program
Yes.
and get it done. I know previously, just to go back to your emotions, that when you work here and then when you go home, you cannot, can you separate your emotions, or how hard is it?
Well, what I did when I did Don't Text and Drive, because I had met a lot of people there that had lost a child to that, or lost a parent to that, and I my way of dealing with it, because I am not good at shutting anything off. I'm always thinking about my work and ideas. In fact, when I interviewed for the job here, I said, I hope that you'll keep in mind that my best work comes at night. I'd love to go home after work, get on my computer, research, do social media, anything I can do, and that's how I really grew Don't Text and Drive. I mean, it was a 24-hour job for me, just really
Getting the message out.
getting the message out. So I'm hoping to do the same thing with this. And the way that I deal with the sadness and the emotional part is I just keep in mind that I'm going to help people. I'm going to change some people's lives by the education and awareness that I'm going to create. And so I kind of put it in another category and just say, I don't have to deal with that. All I have to do is get the word out and help change our society so this this is not acceptable behavior.
It's painful to separate that
It's
because
very
you see all
painful.
these sexual things happening, assault, and you hear so much, and sometimes you wonder what is happening.
Yeah.
What's going on? So it's hard.
Yeah.
Is it? Can
And
you sleep like comfortably or?
Some days it just will hit you. You'll be doing great, just going, oh, I'm going to do this campaign, and I'm here, and I'm here. And then all of a sudden, like, a little girl comes walking by your office with a nurse, and you know what has gone on, and it just
Breaks your heart.
Breaks your heart again, and you're like, this is awful. This is horrible.
Wow, I mean, it brings my emotions out too. And I have some questions about your, theme of it and what is the symbol stands for?
Well, we just recently rebranded ourselves and came up with a more, logo that we thought really would represent us. And it was a hard thing. Like, what do you do for sexual assault? And so we were researching and came up with the idea of a bamboo.
A bamboo.
Bamboo, because it is a plant that is very hardy, and it bends with the wind, and it almost like bend over like it's going to break, but it doesn't, and it comes back, and then it grows even stronger, and it's just a very hardy plant. We thought that is what the people that we treat, what we would like for their lives. That, yes, they can be bent down and, at almost to the point of breaking, but no, we want them to come back up and be hardy and live a full life and a meaningful life and maybe even help others. So that's kind of what we're trying to symbolize with our bamboo.
So the symbolization is basically, assaulted women, they go through that, but they come out strong after, being treated and emotionally get them together and say, hey, you have not done anything wrong.
Right.
Wow. And as a person, now, do you have any children, boys?
I have 2 boys, and now that I'm learning all this about sexual assault, I'm starting to go, oh my gosh, are my young men portraying women the way they should? Have they violated women in any way by just not, I know that they haven't done sexual assaults to women, but how do they talk? How do they talk amongst their friends? Do they laugh and kid about these things? And I'm like, boy, you can't really go out and teach the world until you teach your own.
Starts at home.
So I have a plan.
And basically your mother was the biggest inspiration because she was, like you said, got raped.
Right.
And that has really taken.
That really has. And it's really sad too. Now I was in a sorority at Purdue, and now that I listen back and all the different stories of what happened, some of my sisters were in the sorority were sexually assaulted, but we didn't call it that. We didn't know it.
You didn't know.
I really think that our culture is ready for this message for the first time. That we have just allowed this to go on, and it's a huge problem. It's not like 1/10 of our population. I mean, the statistics are really high of people that are getting abused. And so I think, what a great opportunity. I'm blessed to be here at this time to be able to tell this message, and I hope I can make an impact.
Can we do anything for the school system? Can we, educate the kids in school, their parents, the teachers also?
Everybody, the students, the parents, the law enforcement. I mean, law enforcement has been guilty of being judgmental when they pick up women that, not dressed very appropriately and stuff like that, and just kind of like, oh yeah. So everybody needs educated. It's not one group of people.
Is there anything that you would like to tell our society how they can get involved or what they can do to help our center over here?
Yes. Oftentimes we get a lot of calls that people want to come volunteer. We don't take a lot of volunteers that work with the patients because it takes a lot of skill and a lot of years of training to really be effective and to, not make this another trauma for people. So we don't have any opportunities there, but we have opportunities in two ways. I am going to be doing a lot of outreach and education to college campuses, and I'm starting with college campuses, but I'm going to try all different areas. I need help. I need people that will go around and put up the posters and contact people and have the displays on campus, those type of things. So I need volunteers, and also we desperately need financial support.
Okay.
We don't charge people to come for the service. This is free to anybody that comes, and the medications they get and everything. So we are completely dependent on
donations, sponsors,
right.
big companies out there.
Oh, if we could get any company, a local company that would come embrace this message with us, and we'd co-brand them, whatever they want, or not co-brand them. We need some big people to come behind us, and we'll make an impact. If we would have that funding, I've done it with Don't Text and Drive. I know how to do it.
We can do it.
It's a formula. It's something something that's very tangible to get that message out there. It's awareness.
You are doing a phenomenal job, Lori, and coming on board with this, sexual treatment assault center. I am pretty much sure. It feels like I have confidence in you that this goal will be achieved, because I can see the passion in you,
yes.
the dedication that I'm seeing, and I will definitely be on board with you, and that's a promise. If I can come and help you, I think all the people out there can help you also. Men, women, children, schools.
Yes.
But I will make you a promise that I will definitely help you, because I know what it is.
Yes.
I've been there. It was a great honor talking to you, Lori. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
I know we can do big things together.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for watching my show, and remember, everyday people are worth more than gold.
That wraps up this week's episode of The Goldie Show. Check out The Goldie Show here every Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. The Goldie Show, where we believe that everyday people are worth more than gold. I'm Sarah Ellsworth Hoffman. See you soon.